There you go. It's obviously worth the wait, and I hope it was worth the wait. I know you all are waiting to speak to the man himself, so without further ado, here is Yoshiki. Good to see you again.
Very good to see you again.
I saw you just a few days ago. Don't tell the Beijing or the Beehive, but I snuck away from Beyonce's show and watched you at Coachella. It was Coachella for me. I want to talk to you because that, am I right that the Coachella show you did, it's the first time you played in the U.S. since the Madison Square Garden show that we see in the film.
That's right, yes.
So what did it feel like to be playing on U.S. soil again?
I mean, I pretty much live here, so, you know.
You live in LA, right?
Yes, so, like, playing home ground. Yes.
So we had a couple special guests at that show. We had Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit, and we also had Richard Fortus from Guns N' Roses. But I understand, I think the cat's out of the bag that you have a special guest for Coachella weekend too. And for those who don't know, do you want to announce it?
Yes, Marilyn Manson's gonna be joining.
Well, that's going to be amazing. How did that come about? I know you guys have been friends for a while, right?
Yes, he's one of my best friends.
How did you guys meet?
We met, like, here and there, and, you know, like, same mutual friends. Yeah.
And how did you meet Wes and Richard? And just there's a lot of American rock stars who really they're huge Japan fans. Gene Simmons, the list goes on.
I mean, I met with like a long time ago. I mean, also Richard, like, you know, mutual friends, and yeah. Then, I mean, I really appreciate because, you know, Wes and Richard came to our reunion show because, you know, including SUGIZO. So those three guitar players came to our reunion show. That's why we could do reunion show. So because, you know, when we try to reunite the band, I said first of all I cannot reunite the band without Hide. So I kind of insisted that. Then, but, you know, Hide showed up on hologram, but we cannot play entire 3-hour stage with hologram. So I asked, you know, several of my friends, then SUGIZO, Richard and Wes kindly came to Tokyo, and then we did Tokyo Dome 3 nights. Yeah.
I did want to ask you about the holograms. I think it might be the first time I've seen a hologram at Coachella since Tupac with Dr. Dre in 2012. How did you create the holograms, and is it emotional for you? It must be obviously very emotional for you to perform with those holograms on stage.
Completely. I mean, when we did first time at hologram Hide, that was like way before Tupac, by the way.
Yeah, Tupac copied
yeah, freaked me out actually. I was like, yeah, I was like, whoa. I was like, when I saw that hologram first time, I started crying. Like, but, you know, I had to play with the hologram, so I was like, okay, calm down, you know. It's just, so that's hologram of the Hide. But, you know, because we always play with Hide in our heart, you know, regardless Hide's video, hologram or not. So, yeah.
Is it emotional for you? Obviously, I assume you've seen this film several times, obviously, but it goes to some really dark places, including about Hide. What's the hardest part to watch when you watch this film?
Hide's funeral, you know, that scene was almost like, you know, it's like almost tattooed in my brain. So I cannot remove that moment. So I try to cover that tattoo, like inside of my brain so many times, but, you know, it's impossible. So then that's still hard. Yeah, that's still hard. Yeah, these days.
On a positive note, are there things about this film, making this film, that does go to those places that was cathartic for you, that gave you closure, and can you talk a little bit about that?
So facing, it's like almost shock therapy. So I didn't open that door, but eventually, because of this film. So we've been talking about this film, like, my agent in America asked me, well, we were talking, like, we should do this film. And I said, it's really hard. It's almost painful to open the door to the past. But eventually we started talking about this film can help people's lives. It's like, wow, that's a great reason to start and to create this film. So now I'm happy that some people came to me or people came to director Steven, said, because of this film, we decided to live. That's, yeah, happy.
Was there anything that was off limits for you? Because you really gave Stephen Kayak, it seems like you gave him just all access to all parts of your life.
Yeah, because I didn't know where to draw the line, like, how much I should protect my feeling, or I just basically became naked in front of, I literally became naked on this film. Come to think of it, when I first saw the cut, like, whoa, is it okay? Is it X-rated or what?
What is your favorite older footage in the film? Because, the fashions are so amazing. So amazing. I love looking at the old footage of X Japan. What is the stuff that made you laugh or made you go, yeah, that was pretty cool looking?
I don't know. We went through those phases, I was kind of laughing like when we did the press conference at Rockefeller Center in New York. We looked so fucking nervous. Because we were kind of scared, like all those press people, like there are hundreds of press people in front of us. They were staring at us like, whoa. And then they say, why did you come to the US? We don't speak English. Like I say, I will learn. So now I speak English, kinda.
Speaking of fashion, you were recently on the cover of Vogue Japan, amazing image, and I saw you Instagrammed it a couple days ago saying you might recreate that makeup look at Coachella. Tell me about that cover shoot, because I don't think men are on the cover of Vogue, any Vogue, too often.
So I think I did so many covers past 30 years or something. Probably a couple, maybe 500 covers or something. But never did Vogue cover. But that came in the worst timing. That was like a few weeks after my neck surgery. Then, I cut my front of my neck this time. Put artificial disc into that. So I was still bleeding. Then I was asked to do the cover, like, whoa, it's a Vogue cover. But first of all, I couldn't even, I shot in New York. I had a surgery in Los Angeles. They asked the doctor, can I be on the plane? Why do you have to fly? Like, it's a long story, but I want to do the cover. You're still bleeding. Like. So I was like thinking, should I drive there? But somehow I made it to New York. I was like on the plane, like doing this, like the flight attendant came, are you okay? So I'm not okay. I'm bleeding. It's like, are you okay? Doing the doctor? Like, no, I'm okay. So anyway, so that was my, then they did amazing Photoshop actually. So when we did the photo shoot, can you turn around? No. Because I can't move my neck. So anyway, so that was very memorable. Because I think all the staff was very cooperative, I couldn't move, I couldn't turn around, but then put me in the Vogue cover. I'm very, very grateful.
Yeah, it's an iconic image, and it didn't look like you were suffering at all. And also, you're playing all these shows again. Like I said, I just saw you play last weekend. And how are you able to do that when your surgery wasn't that long ago?
Yes, I had surgery last May. So it's about less than a year ago. Yeah, my neck still feel weird. It's not feel completed because I put copper and some plastic inside of my neck. So supposed to be becoming some kind of Iron Man. But like I'm semi-Iron Man kind of, So I haven't really completely transformed yet. I mean, soon, my bone and those coppers gonna be stick together. Still a little fragile, so I shouldn't jump into the audience, but I did.
You did. Are you taking any precautions when you perform live?
Actually, I just talked to the doctor, like, how's the Coachella? I did pretty safe. He saw my video. The audience, like, are you crazy? So, yeah, you should know me better, right?
Are you taking any precautions? Are there any things you're doing differently live now in light of the fact that you're recovering from surgery?
I'm not really headbanging anymore. Yeah. It's really hard not to, actually. I've been playing drums with headbanging. That's part of my, when you walk, you use your hands still like this. When I play drums, I had headbang. So I was like, don't. So it was so hard to, not headbang. So I had to practice a lot to not play aggressively.
You wear a brace of some kind, right? It's
Yes.
kind of like a jeweled, it kind of looks like a fashion thing, actually.
Mine was a kind of cool, brace. So yeah, so I had my stylist made that. Why don't I just release like Yoshiki's brace something? Because actually talking to my agent, these days everybody's looking at smartphone, right? So it's a pretty new thing, So it's not gonna be around 100 years, right? It's just past 20 years, people start looking at smartphone, which is really bad for you, So eventually you all need neck brace. So maybe I should create Yoshiki neck brace for the future.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna create a really cool rock and roll version of neck brace. Yeah, you're gonna all thank me for this.
You have a lot of different products. You have, what are some of the Yoshiki products? You have wine. I've drank the Yoshiki one before. It's very good. And you have Hello Kitty doll, which I have one of those.
Everything just happened to accident. Yeah. Anyway, today we have a amazing guest too. SUGIZO. And Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit. Do
you want to bring them up?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll need to get some more chairs, I guess. Yeah, okay, cool, let's do it.
No, it's our stand. No, please. Okay. We're not gonna share this chair. We're gonna that thing.
Every person in here is taking a photo right now.
Hey, mood.
Okay.
All right, this is
It's
cool. It's
interesting,
getting
like,
to a party on stage. Awesome. Well, Wes, I'll start with you because we're talking about Coachella. You joined X Japan on stage at Coachella. How did that come about? I think you've played together before, right?
Yeah, we played in Tokyo just 2 days before and did 2 shows there, and they were great shows. And I love their fans because they're just like, they're so much nicer than anyone else's fans.
So excited.
Yeah, there's no heckling or anything like that. So it's just, oh, another mic.
Okay. Whoa.
Awesome. Sasan, yeah. Yeah, it's just such a positive feeling and such, a good vibe. And I don't know why, like the first time I met Yoshiki, I don't know, you showed up at like one of my shows?
Yeah,
but I met you before that, but then I showed up at one of your shows and he was just like, you're coming to Tokyo to play with us.
Yeah, I was
The band's back together.
drinking your dressing room for some reason.
You were drinking in the dressing room.
Yeah.
I think that I picked up on that. You were
Yeah.
and that's why I was a little bit suspicious of you. And he came in and I said, yeah, okay, okay. Sure, I'd love to do it. And then I was thinking just like, yeah, this isn't gonna happen. Next day the phone call comes in and I went, he was not kidding. And then I was in.
I mean, I really appreciate you joined that, our reunion show. I mean, without SUGIZO, without Richard, without you, that reunion show was not even possible. So basically, you made, X Japan again.
It was a lot of
It's a
pressure.
very big part of the, new second chapter of X Japan.
I think a lot of people in the U.S. and Europe and who are not from the Western world know the band but don't understand just the gravity of it. And when I got to Japan, we were there for 2 weeks, rehearsing and sort of taking everything in. Seeing how people reacted to them and seeing how people revered Hide, all of a sudden it became this. Richard and I were going, oh my God. This is intense expectation, and thank God we had SUGIZO he kind of like chaperoned us through the whole thing and took us under his wing, and it was just made it easy. So
Did the fans accept you into the fold?
I think whatever they do, they seem to accept. Like whatever the fans are just like so behind them, no matter what. So
Were you a fan of X Japan before you met, or how did you discover?
like through meeting him, it was like an avalanche of having to do, it wasn't even like doing homework. It was just sort of like being possessed by, like in Ghostbusters when they open the trap and it flows out of the building and takes over New York. It was like I got it all at once. So
Did you feel a need, as I have felt the need, to kind of evangelize X Japan to the Western world? Like
I
tell
talk
all
about
friends?
them all the time. Oh yeah.
Who have you converted? Any famous tourist girls?
Everyone says you played with X Japan. I mean, I was surprised, like how many people were coming to me, just going like, who knew about it, was like, you played with X Japan, you played with X Japan, and I was just like, yeah. That was like such a surreal, amazing experience because the way you guys do it up is not really the way we do it up, and it's like a whole nother level of. Well, you've seen their hair, and that is like
Beautiful
the hair may be gone, but that level of enthusiasm and the way their vibe is not. So
Would you guys ever do your hair like that again? It was a good look.
I'll do your hair like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do that.
So since I got 2 members of X Japan on stage now, I'm sure a lot of people here want to know what's coming up with the new album, the first album in about 20 years?
SUGIZO can talk about it.
I think maybe 22 years.
22 years, if we release it this year, it's gonna be 22 years.
Okay, so what can you tell us about the album in general? When is it coming out? Who worked on it? What's it going to sound like?
I mean, nobody's gonna believe me what I say anyway. Because I've been saying like past several years. It's almost done.
True, it's almost done.
No, my singer of my band says the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, so I understand.
But when SUGIZO says that, people believe that.
People believe you more.
True, yes. So
We built it at 99%.
99.9%.
But we should mix down. Just mix down.
So all the recording done.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So we have to mix. No. Yeah, that's it.
It actually sounds like
What
it's
can you tell us? Who
99%
you've been working
done.
with, producers, what studio, is it the studio here you have in LA?
I'm kind of producer. That's a problem.
Why is it a problem?
Because I'm so super fucking picky. I hear every single sound. It's almost too much. Just nuts.
What will it's, I mean, it will sound like X Japan, obviously, but how would you describe in your evolution of the band, what can fans expect?
Sound needs to, I don't want to keep doing the same thing, Of course, I love all those, songs fast and heavy, but I wanted our sound to evolve to the next stage. So it's like, we still play X or Kurenai, so we have those songs. when I add more new songs, like a new style as well. So, but of course, it's like the melody is there. Some songs are even edgier than ever. So it's gonna be. I'm pretty confident. I mean, after 22 years, I gotta be confident. How long have you guys been recording? Just curious. Just curious.
How long we've been recording?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Not 22 years.
No,
I think
we haven't put out a record since, well, the band hasn't put out a record since 2011. I put out 4 records since 2011. Yes.
So
On my own, but-
that means I won.
Yeah, you won.
So you put 4 records in between.
I did, yeah.
Wow.
Other things.
Very
Gotta
good.
keep busy, man.
Mhm.
You know it.
Are there going to be any special guests on this album?
Yes.
Maybe yourself?
I just heard about the album right now.
It's not too late.
I've been with these guys for like a week and a half and they haven't said one thing about it.
I can add another song. To it. I can say I was waiting for West.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this will be the first
So
album.
the blame goes to West. Well, why is it not reading
Wait
the
on
album?
you. I'm at your service. Happy to play.
Well, this will be the first album coming out, obviously not just in 22 years, but the first album coming out since this film came out, which I think introduced X Japan to a lot of new people. So do you have hopes that this film is going to be a good, launching pad for the next album when it does come out? Like, how has this expanded your fan base?
Yeah, again, it was like so painful to make this film, but this film opened up a lot of doors because it's not like a normal rock, or music documentary. It's more like a drama. I mean, if director didn't edit well, it could easily turn out to horror film. But it was nicely done. So yes, there are a lot of people came up to me or director said, we never heard of X Japan, but now I listen to your music. So it's perfect timing. We should release the album now, basically.
Do it.
Do it.
Well, you did mention earlier the press conference, the sort of nervous, awkward press conference what year was that? Was it 1990? The one,
At the New York Rockefeller Center, yes.
what year, well, whatever year was it?
Sometime long time ago,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, you sort of address this in the film, but why do you think, obviously there was a lot of hype and power behind you, and you had this big American record label behind you, that it didn't happen at that time? Do you think it was just the language thing, or do you think there were other factors?
I didn't think we were ready. Of course, we didn't speak English or anything. But on top of that, mentally, so at that time we were just playing stadiums around Japan. Then we are kind of like, we took things for granted. Basically, we didn't know how fortunate we are to have all those members to also be able to play. So then after all those things happened, members' death, brainwash and everything. So now we appreciate every single moment, So we are still here and be able to play. So mentally, finally, we are ready. But back then, I don't think we are ready.
And how are band relations these days? I mean, the Toshi story is obviously a crazy story. I've never heard that happen in any other band situation. I mean, it's such a crazy story. Like, what are the band relations now since you reunited?
どうですか、杉田さん。
Relationship is very good now, very,
Yeah.
maybe best with the ex-Japan's history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to be easy on him, because if I said again and again and again, I'm very, at least picky of vocal tracking too. So sometimes Toshi had to sing like 100 times for one line. So I tried not to do it 100 times, maybe 50 times, because I don't want him to get brainwashed again.
Wait,
So I just have to be a little bit careful.
did you just go?
So as we talk about the new album coming up and we talked about Coachella, one of the things that was very interesting about Coachella this year is there was really not very much rock. There were maybe 3 or 4 hard rock bands, a Perfect Circle, Greta Van Fleet, you guys. You were really the only metal band playing, representing. So in general, I guess what I'm trying to say is rock isn't really having a moment commercially right now. How do you feel about that in general and about how that will affect your chances for this second chapter at Japan?
I want to hear that from Wes. What do you think about, not having a rock
Open
band?
to anyone.
Oh, I've got a pretty dismal outlook on this, so I'll try to be positive. I think the pendulum swings back and forth, and I think that things have their moments. I think that social media and the state of kind of what people find important in their lives, the way they're distracted, and also the devaluing of music to be sort of fleeting, to where people sort of like teenagers these days sort of equate music and YouTube videos and Instagram photos as all like just like they just go like it's so fast and so forgettable, that I have sort of this vision of the titans of rock, the people who are the headliners of the festivals. There's no one that's going to be given the chance to replace them. And
Like the U2s and the Rolling Stones.
yes, yeah, the people that you see at the top of these festivals, there's like the rock titans. I mean, you still have like The Weeknd and obviously Beyonce and and they're headlining Coachella. They need a lot of tickets, but I'm not sure if rock at this moment there are new bands coming up that are having that kind of power to headline festivals, and that worries me a lot, especially because my band, is we're old, and
You're not old.
we're not this old, but we're old. That was a joke. I'm like 5 years younger than you guys.
It's only 50 years old. I mean, vampire. So.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, I think I wanted to retire and become a dinosaur a long time ago. There's no one that's like moved into our spots in rock.
You
I'm
gotta
like,
keep holding it
yeah,
down.
because like we'll like see like a Perfect Circle or like Korn or whatever, and we'll go like, I can't believe we're still doing this. We should have been able to stop. They should have kicked us out of this.
But
a
you
long
guys
time ago.
still all love doing it, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
want-
it's great.
I completely agree with you. But at the same time, like nothing's impossible. So coming outside the US, but we're gonna bring rock to the mainstream. I'm pretty confident.
I hope the pendulum swings back and I'm wrong and you're right.
Just push that way, this way. Yeah, it's I mean, it might not be easy, but yeah, anything's
Yeah,
possible.
persistence.
Yeah.
Have you guys witnessed that in countries outside the U.S., whether it's Asia, Europe, wherever else you tour, that rock is more of a force, more of a commercial force, more well received than it is in the U.S.?
I'm very optimistic in terms of I mean, also these days people listen to hip hop, but also listen to rock too.
Yeah.
It's very diversified basically. A lot of people have eclectic kind of like taste. So I just we just have to create amazing music, amazing art. Also, we have to rock very hard. Maybe we're not rocking hard enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm like putting out records and trying to, making as, doing as many things as I can and really trying to like enjoy this, and because it could be up anytime, but
I need to do another neck surgery to rock hard. Maybe 2 or 3 more.
I can't wait to hear your new record.
I think we all
I'm
can't
pleasantly
wait, yeah.
surprised to hear that that's happening.
It's pretty good.
I'm sure it is.
Is it going to come out this year? We all want the answer to be yes.
It's about time, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
If it only has to be mixed,
exactly.
I mean, I'll mix it.
Yeah.
We'll do it. What about more touring? Because obviously you're the only U.S. shows right now that I know of that you guys are playing is Coachella, and not all of your fans could get out to Coachella because it sold out before the festival even announced who was playing. So I know there's probably a lot of people across the country who'd love to see you tour again.
Okay, so Sugizo, what do you think about
Oh my God.
tour, world tour? What do you think? North American tour,
We
especially.
should do that. We should.
Yes. I see the question. Yeah.
Hollywood Bowl would be great.
But
Hollywood Bowl?
Yes.
Right there, yeah?
Not far from where you live.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay.
It's good idea because we play just real time
We will
in
talk that.
LA. Just one time. Yeah.
Was that 2008, something like that?
2000,
10.
Yeah.
yeah.
We should do
It's been a
more.
while.
Because here's
You guys
our
are way
second
overdue.
time.
Yeah.
There are a lot of discussion about our upcoming tour as well. So we were talking some label about the new album as well as we wanted to see how it's gonna be happening after this Coachella show. So yeah. So
Are
the
you
so far so
lying?
good. So they're getting out of buzz, I guess. So it depends on what's gonna be happening this Saturday. So
It's going to be great because I thought it was great last weekend. You keep saying that you're going to rock even harder this weekend.
gotta go harder because there are a lot of things didn't go
A lot of problem.
that a lot of problems. So, but at the same time, we had an amazing audience. So, yeah, it was. Yeah.
I want to ask you about the last time I saw you guys play before Coachella was at the Visual Japan Summit, which was just outside of Tokyo in 2016. That was insane. That was like the best 3 days of my life. It was like to people who would you ever do something like that in the U.S.? I think it'd be a really cool thing to do here. And if you could explain what it is for those people who don't know.
That's a good idea to do it outside of Japan. So believe it or not, that was like that. So we had like about 30,000 people, a little over 30,000 people for 3 nights. I organized a festival called Visual Japan Summit. So that happened 2016 October, I think. So I started talking about that event somewhere around July or August, right? So the event happened in October. So I only started talking about like 2-3 months before the event.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Because it was an elaborate.
Maybe I should do this kind of event.
Yes.
So scared. Like just you were only 3 months away. They are trying to gather 100,000 people. I said, why not? Then started calling the band, Then actually I called SUGIZO, he had to play so many shows because he played with X Japan, also he played with Lunacy. Also I called, the band Gray. So you're gonna be performing, 3 months from now. Then I told them, you call another 5 bands. You call another 5 bands. Another 5 bands is a few bands. Then suddenly like 50 something bands came. Then actually they wanted to all join, so then that happened. So
It was a very cool thing for me to witness because I could see how many younger bands, the bands that played earlier in the day, directly descended from X Japan or were influenced by X Japan. And we saw that in the film. I guess what I'm saying is, can you talk a little bit about, for those who don't know what Visual K is? And because I was new, I'll admit I was a bit new to the scene until I got really educated at that summit.
yeah, some people say visual K is more like how we look, or like how flamboyant we look, or something like that. But it's more like a spirits, or it's more like how it's like when I first started doing rock, I came from classical music background. So classical music is full of rules, Chopin used to play like that, or Bach used to play like this, or Beethoven like that. Don't get me wrong, I respect that. But when I started playing rock, I thought we can do anything. But it was not true. They're like, when you play heavy music, spirits, fast music, something you have to look certain way, or blah blah blah. Like fuck it, I just wanna do whatever I want. So we played super heavy music like thrash metal or something like this, then we looked like a princess. Then people hated us.
Really?
Yeah, completely. Like every single, critics came and then, what are you guys doing? Then I said, I don't know what we are doing, but we love what we are doing. So then, it's more like a freedom of how you can express yourself, So I just wanted to break that kind of wall. But eventually that became like a visual care movement. So it's kind of not like a genre, but more like some kind of movement. Yeah.
Did the critics come around eventually? Because that's a similar story you hear about Kiss or Led Zeppelin here. A lot of times critics don't really embrace the hard rock bands at first, and then they eventually revise history and go, oh no, they're great.
Yeah, eventually we played Tokyo Dome, so sold out 3 nights. They had no choice. No, they're all a friend of mine.
And
but
how are you critically received in Japan now?
we are still people, I think I encourage people to go outside of your comfort zone. If you wanna, so it's easy to leave your, radius of your comfort zone. But if you wanna challenge or something, you wanna experience something interesting, just go outside of it. So I'm always challenging something, if you accomplish something, it's almost like a never-ending goal, but yeah.
What haven't you tried that is next for you?
Next thing is definitely, with season I talked a lot too. 20, 30 years ago, people never thought band from Asia or band from Japan can come to the US and rock US audience. It took a long time, but we want to do that.
Yes.
I
It's
mean,
like the album has to come out.
I know you
No
right?
pressure.
Yep.
We all want it.
Yes, it's about time,
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I want to make sure we have time. I'm sure lots of people here have questions for you guys. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll just if you want to point out to people you'd like to.
Please.
You want to do it a shot? Okay. Right here with the pink hair.
4 questions. So nice of you guys.
So I was curious, what was the most fondest memory of you having with Masami and LOX?
What? What was the question?
Oh, your fondest memory of playing with Masami and LOX.
Oh my God.
I'm at you.
How do you know that band?
I have it right here in my lap.
Okay, please have a seat. We can share. Thank you, so nice of you. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know this because I used to be in a punk band called LOX.
Yep.
The vocalist, how do you say, didn't have
Masami?
Masami, didn't have hand.
Oh, amputated?
Got
Firework accident.
got from the accident. He has the how do you say the kind of like
Claw?
Pirates of Caribbean hook.
A hook hand? Okay.
Pipe hook.
Oh, like literally a hook?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That band was
Hold it.
really
My hand hurts.
very, very punk rock as you can get. There's one show, I was playing drums, right?
Yeah.
Playing,
Not playing guitars.
no, it's a Kyoto show. I was playing drums, and then vocalists get into the audience and started fighting. Then eventually, guitar player also joined. Bass player joined. I'm the only one playing the stage. I was like, what the fuck? So I threw the drums to set away on the left. So that kind of band. Anyway, so how the hell do you know that band? Oh my god.
Yep.
That's incredible.
I remember the VHS when you were playing.
Okay. Okay, so what's the question?
Oh, next one. Oh yeah. When was the last time you ever spoke with Ami from Tokyo Yankees and Kerry, who used to play in X?
Your question is very interesting. Okay, anyway, so he's talking about is all those my friends. Yeah. Anyway, so Masami-san, the LOX, he died. Sad. Also, you're talking about Tokyo Yankees vocalist. He used to be my crew. He died. Yeah. From cancer. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So,
Oh.
I'm sorry? Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Over there in the back.
So your punk rock. Okay, so let's have this conversation going. Okay, so you can, yeah, have another.
I'll take your question, or he'll take your question once he's done.
Oh,
This is pretty insane.
What's going on? It's taking a picture of
Okay.
like
Go
some
ahead
merch of
and
his
ask
old
your
punk
question
band.
now. Yeah, I would imagine that would be fine. All right. So the lady in the back is going to ask a question now.
It's about a long time ago when you asked Hide to join to X Japan. It was Saber Tiger. Then, what as a member of Saber Tiger say? Are they agree?
They're going to bring a microphone to you. I'm sorry about that.
日本語でいいんですヒデをサベルタイガーから引き出したとき、他のサベルタイガーの
maybe you should say in English, so maybe people.
Oh, English,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
When you
Don't
ask,
get me wrong, I understand Japanese too.
so when you asked Hide to join to X Japan, what they say as a member of Saber Tiger, especially the vocalist, was they okay?
Not really. So, Hide's band is called, how do you pronounce the Saber Tiger? Saber Tiger?
Saber tiger.
Saber Tiger. Yeah. Yes, yeah, I know. It's like their band. I mean, Hide was the lead of the band. Then, pretty popular. Then my band, X, was not that popular. But I decided to go, headhunt him. We were already friends. So, then I went to, actually I brought one guy, George, like my road crew. So Saber Tiger had their concert in a big, it's a club, but it's a big club. They're having a party right after. Then there were all the members there, like, 5 of them. So I went up to Hide and then join X. Why don't you join X? All the guys are so upset, like, what are you guys talking about? He was, why did you have to say right in front of everyone? Like, I don't know. I was just, crazy enough to ask. Yeah, they are not happy, but yes. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, everything. Wow. Okay.
Probably don't need a mic.
I don't need one. I'm the 300-pound dad that traveled since 5 o'clock this morning from Oklahoma.
Whoa.
Yes, it is all I hear about. Can you take a picture with her, please?
You are the best.
Aww.
So wow.
Oklahoma, dude. Oh my god. Aww.
In front of the store today, in front of here, with about 20 people. I heard that all day.
You can sit there, I sit here.
That is so cool.
That's cool. You gonna take a picture?
I wish your mom would have came now.
Good. Anyway, okay.
That was amazing. Your father of the year.
Can I ask you a question? How did you find out about X Japan?
We ordered these from Japan.
how did you find out X Japan? How did you
How did you
bump into
discover
our
it?
music?
I found the kunai from the last life. I just found it, and I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. I love this. I want to do that. I want to be a musician like you, and I want to help people.
I'm seriously gonna cry. That is so sweet. That is so cool.
I want to know actually, like a lot of people. How did you find out X Japan?
Movie.
YouTube? Okay, so people who find out through YouTube, just raise hand.
Oh,
Well, that's
no,
it.
not me.
Okay.
Not from
Then,
YouTube.
what else besides YouTube?
Movie.
Your wife. So not everyone's married, but already. Thank you. Okay.
Friend.
We don't want to take picture with myself here, like doing like this, Yeah, but okay, I'm just curious. So, I mean, can I ask them? Because I'm really curious. Like, how did we, so YouTube or wife or?
From a movie.
I'm sorry? VHS. Okay. That's a video. But how did you find out VHS from?
My schoolmate.
Schoolmates. Okay, it's basically a friend.
Yeah. A lot of people said.
How did your friend find out?
Movie.
Soundtrack of Japanese animation.
Animation.
Yeah,